What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the word narcissist? Most people picture narcissists as being loud, boastful, and obsessed with attention. But there's another kind, quieter, subtler, and far more dangerous. They don't brag or demand praise. They hide behind humility, masking a deep belief that they're better than everyone else. Psychologists call them covert narcissists. They are masters of manipulation who operate in silence. They don't need the spotlight to feel superior. They just need you not to notice what they're really doing. And that's what makes them so dangerous. They blend in, they act normal, but behind the calm smiles and soft voices, they're pulling strings you don't even see. So here are 5 everyday habits that quietly reveal the truth about covert narcissism. 1. Oversensitive to criticism. You know that person who seems calm and collected until someone questions their work or offers feedback? Watch what happens next. Their face changes, their energy shifts, and suddenly you're walking on eggshells. Psychologists say covert narcissists have the thinnest emotional skin of any personality type. They can't handle being wrong, being questioned, or being seen as anything less than perfect. But here's where it gets tricky. They don't explode like obvious narcissists do. Instead, they withdraw into silent superiority. They'll give you that look that says you're too stupid to understand their brilliance, or they'll become mysteriously unavailable, making you wonder what you did wrong. This reaction isn't about hurt feelings. It's about protecting their secret belief that they're untouchable. 2. Silent judgment and superiority. They judge everything and everyone around them, but they do it quietly. You'll catch them rolling their eyes when someone shares good news. They'll fake yawn during your stories. They'll sigh dramatically when others speak. Licensed therapists identify these micro-expressions as classic covert narcissist behavior. They're constantly evaluating whether people meet their impossibly high standards. And spoiler alert, nobody ever does. This judgment isn't random criticism. It serves a psychological purpose. By mentally putting others down, they maintain their sense of superiority without having to prove anything. They don't need to be the smartest person in the room if they can convince themselves everyone else is beneath them. That eye roll isn't just rudeness. It's their way of staying on top without climbing. 3. Fishing for compliments through false humility. Listen carefully when they talk about themselves. They'll say things like, "I'm so terrible at this," or "I look awful today." But watch their eyes. They're scanning for your reaction. Psychologists call this manipulation through false humility. They're not genuinely putting themselves down. They're creating opportunities for you to build them back up. The scary part? Most people fall for it every time. We rush to reassure them, to tell them they're amazing, to give them the validation they were secretly hunting for. Meanwhile, they're collecting these compliments like trophies, proof that they can get people to worship them without even asking directly. This behavior pattern reveals something deeper about their psychology. They need constant validation, but they're too proud to ask for it openly. So they've created this elaborate psychological game where they get what they want while appearing vulnerable. That's not insecurity talking. That's calculated manipulation disguised as self-doubt. 4. Passive-aggressive warfare. You know something's wrong, but you can't quite put your finger on it. They're giving you the cold shoulder, but when you ask what's bothering them, they smile and say everything's fine. Meanwhile, their actions tell a completely different story. They're late to your important events. They forget things that matter to you. They make jokes that sting just a little too much. Behavioral psychologists explain this as their way of punishing you without taking responsibility for the punishment. They can't directly confront you because that would shatter their image of being the reasonable one. So instead, they make you feel crazy for noticing their subtle attacks. You start questioning yourself, wondering if you're being too sensitive, if you're imagining things. That confusion? That's exactly what they want. This passive aggression serves their ego in 2 ways. First, they get to express their anger and superiority without looking like the bad guy. Second, they get to watch you struggle with the mixed messages, which feeds their sense of power and control. They're not trying to resolve conflict. They're trying to maintain their position above it. 5. Selective empathy for image. They show empathy only when it benefits them. On the surface, they seem caring and supportive. They'll listen to your problems, offer advice, maybe even help you through tough times. But pay attention to the timing and the audience. Are they being compassionate when others are watching? Do they remember your struggles when it's convenient for their image? Research shows covert narcissists can understand what you're feeling, but they can't actually feel it with you. They've learned to mimic emotional responses because it makes them look good, not because they genuinely care about your pain. When your crisis is over, when the spotlight moves away from their good deed, their interest in your well-being mysteriously disappears. Covert narcissists don't need to shout to control. They do it quietly, through doubt, guilt, and subtle manipulation. But once you start seeing the signs, their power begins to fade. You stop second-guessing yourself. You stop feeding their ego, and you start protecting your peace. Awareness is what turns their quiet control into something you can finally walk away from. Because once you recognize the game they're playing, you'll never fall for it the same way again. Drop a comment and share your story. And if this resonated with you, hit like and subscribe because we dive deep into psychology that actually explains how your mind works. See you next time.